I want to welcome in Jenny Horne, markets correspondent, though, to go and dive deeper into the world of crypto, also co-host of NextGen. All right, we're really paying attention to this. Not seeing a lot of price action in the crypto market in response to this, but tell us what's going on here. What's the latest from the White House as it comes to the strategic reserve?
Okay, so this is really interesting, and a piece of news I was figuring we would be talking about first thing this morning, Diane, because this has been a massive reason we've seen so much momentum around the Trump election and then the Trump administration taking office. So now nice to see at least that we are seeing him follow through on a promise that was a huge reason I think many were advocating throughout the campaign for his presidency. But President Donald Trump did sign an executive order on Thursday creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve, marking a major shift in U.S. digital asset policy. The White House and now, of course, David Sachs, which wrote in a post on X that the reserve will be funded exclusively with Bitcoin seized in criminal and civil forfeiture cases, ensuring that taxpayers bear no financial burden, which I think, given this week, I think the words no financial burden is quite welcome right now by the U.S. population. But according to these estimates, the U.S. government controls approximately 200,000 Bitcoin, although no full audit or official number has ever been given. Trump's order does mandate a comprehensive accounting of federal digital asset holdings and prohibits the sale of Bitcoin from the reserve, positioning it as a permanent store of value. So huge. I think the reserve is, again, going to be something that we've never really seen anything quite like it before. And I also think encouraging that this doesn't necessarily dent the American taxpayers' dollars. And I think it's hugely received positively so far, at least as far as I could see on X. I do follow, those enthusiasts on both sides. It seems like this was pretty well welcomed by the crypto bulls that have seen a bit of a pullback. I know Bitcoin futures here trading just below around 90,000, dipped actually below 80,000, which was when we saw things somewhat bottom here. But as we know, Bitcoin, a volatile asset, definitely not really seen as one of like flight to safety, but it does tend to do interesting things in times of economic uncertainty. So actually slightly higher as we speak today. But I think relatively this has been perceived pretty positively as far as I could see.
I think in terms of the crypto supporters that, it's probably positive in terms of their vocal response or posts
right
that you see on social media. But in terms of the price action, it's really lukewarm. Mm-hmm. I mean, Bitcoin is, little change this morning, like a little higher, just above the flat line, similar to what we're seeing in terms of futures action for equities. But I wonder if there was a desire to see more, especially when President Trump had posted on Truth Social recently and talked about he highlighted Ethereum, he mentioned XRP and Solana, and so the thinking started to be that it was going to go beyond Bitcoin. And even in this statement from the White House, they're saying they're delivering on their pledge to make America the crypto capital of the world. So yes, it is advanced to have some kind of strategic reserve. It's a Bitcoin reserve, though. So I wonder if investors in the space wanted to see more. Jenny?
So that's interesting because that was actually the only degree of criticism I thought, which truly didn't even come to my own mind because that's how much I think like Bitcoin's synonymous with the entire crypto industry. Mm-hmm. Obviously naive of me, but Tyler Winklevoss, who's, a notorious Bitcoin billionaire and bull, I would say, said that there's really nothing against these other various assets like XRP, for example. However, he does not believe, and again, this is just one train of thought, that they are suitable for a strategic reserve. Only one digital asset in the world right now meets that bar, and the digital asset is Bitcoin. So he did also name several other of these named other assets, but I think that the Bitcoin-only reserve will ratify Bitcoin as perhaps this global asset of consequence eventually, is the hoping. Mm-hmm. So perhaps right now protecting that status, but I do think that was a point of criticism, and various people are defending it. So I guess those with more minds in Bitcoin than myself are supporting here.
All right. Well, certainly something we'll continue to watch. We've also got that crypto summit right in front of us as well. Jenny Horne, thanks a ton for the deep dive into the latest from the White House on the strategic Bitcoin reserve.